Hello, Sagittarius. This is your reading. I'm not going to really hone in on love, but if love wants to be like the focus of your reading, I'll read it that way. And if finances or like health want to pop up, then I will share that with you. But give this reading a thumbs up and subscribe if this does resonate for you. I will continue to put more readings out just so that it helps me to know that I'm helping someone out there. Um, so basically, Sagittarius. I am going to check what's been going on with you from the ethereal visions. I'm going to pull three cards here, and then we're just going to clarify whatever pops up for you with the Moonology deck. So, we just left Pisces season. We are now in Aries season. Things are kind of moving quick. Things are moving fast. A lot of changes are happening. Just make sure you have some time to plant those seeds so that you're able to reap whatever you're trying to manifest, like later on in Taurus season. Um, so let's just see what's going on for you, Sag. Let's see what's going on for you. Okay. Just give me 1 second, Sagittarius. Okay. This is a small stone that represents the Sagittarius sign. It's called the Peacock Stone. Most of you might know what this is, but if you don't, just go ahead and look that up. Okay, Sagittarius. I'm asking divine spirits, my ascended masters, my guides, my angels and fairies, please assist me with the messages I'm inquiring for Sagittarius. The moon. The moon. I feel like some of you, this is just for some of you, is starting to allow and accept things as they are. Um, you're starting to accept the fact that you don't have all the answers to certain things that you feel like you've been in the dark about. This is for Sagittarius. This is for Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Please assist me with the messages I'm inquiring for Sagittarius. Show me what's going on with Sag. Show me the present. I don't know why I said the present. I mean, we can hone in on your past energies just to see what's going on. Um, I'm going to read these, but I'm going to put it back. You walked away from something, a connection, a situation, something that you've been emotionally invested in for a long, long time, and it felt like it felt like wish fulfillment at one point. It felt like something that you've wanted, right? You finally conjured up the emotions to walk away from whatever it was, and it left you feeling victorious. It has you sitting on your high horse right now, feeling like you've accomplished something that was very hard. Secretly, the this is the arise. So this kind of signifies that you're honing in, watching over someone who is exactly doing the same thing to you. Now, if you see the female version to this card, I don't know if you guys can see that well. Let me just shut my window. Give me 1 second. I'm so sorry. Okay. Now, if you see the other card to this, it's a female doing the exact same thing, but over there at the tree. So here's the tree, and she's like sitting there, staring at him the same way. Um, so he thinks he thinks he's not being seen, but he's taking notes for his next move, what he wants to do. And then you have the Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment and uh, established connection already. I don't know if you guys can see these cards well. So basically, I feel like you've walked away from the situation, Sagittarius. You said, I've had enough. I'm walking away. I've invested too much emotionally here. And it leaves you feeling like victorious. It leaves you feeling like, you did it, you've accomplished something that was very hard for you to do. Um, but I think secretly, um, you're watching over this connection, like you're looking back at it, and you start to begin to worry a little bit. You start to begin to think, what if? Because it leaves you in the Nine of Wands, which is very blocked off energy. It's very defensive energy. It leaves you feeling defensive once you start to look back at the connection that you've walked away from. It starts to leave a little bit worries in your mind, and it just starts to have you feeling, you know, tired, like you're about to give up on a situation. Um, the more you look back at this relationship, this connection, whatever it was, it had you feeling like tired and overwhelmed. You felt like giving up, right? But I don't think you're walking away, Sagittarius, because the Ten of Wands didn't pop up. So I feel like, this is like you're at your last straw, yes, but I don't think you completely want to walk away, because I feel like part of this connection makes you also feel victorious, makes you feel like, you've won something. So let's see. And then you have the tower moment. So, yeah, you begin to feel a little bit defensive the more you look back at that connection, and you think you attempt to walk away from it. You realize the tower moment that starts to stir up in your environment when you decide to do that. Four of Pentacles, hanging on tightly to something, feeling like you're going to lose it. Angels, just gives us the messages, the best messages that can help Sagittarius right now. What does Sagittarius need to know right now? What does Sagittarius resonate with the best? Female or male, take it as applied, and switch the roles if you need to. Okay. What's going on in Sag's past? What's going on in Sag's past? That might have been your past energy, Sagittarius, but we're just going to... Nine of Swords, and it definitely fell on the floor, so it's something that you are trying to dissipate, something you are trying to take control over and get rid of. Nine of Swords is like dealing with the dark night of the soul, having anxiety, unable to have a peaceful sleep, dealing with a lot of your fears. I like to say this is like at night, like before you go to bed, but this can be like when you wake up to Sagittarius, like in the morning, you start to face a lot of these fears and worries that come to you, and I don't think you know how to deal with all of them. Like, it's overwhelming for you. You start to experience this like anxiety that just consumes you. And it's of all fears, like all illusions all scenarios that are playing out in your head that are not true. They're all false. They're all fake, right? Um, I don't know if you can see this, but there's like, and I don't know if I shut my light, if it's going to be any better. But there's like faces pointing at her, like laughing, but they're almost non-existent, but they're still there where you're able to see them. Um, so this could explain like how your thoughts are coming in for you. Like they're almost not there, but they're still there in the subconscious, like pointing at you. It feels like your mind is like kind of consuming you right now. You can't get out of your head. Ace of Cups, and you're just wanting to emotionally express this love you're feeling towards your person. Um, you begin to overflow with a lot of emotions, and it just, you start to become at the mercy of your emotions, where it's uncontrollable now, and it starts to become inevitable for you to deal with. Like I was saying, this is the well. This is the female version of that first card that I showed you, with the man staring across the bed of water where the tree is. She's staring right back at him. They're doing the same thing to each other. They're both watching over each other. So Sagittarius, take it as it applies, but I feel like your person is kind of mirroring you right now. They're kind of doing the same thing as you, because they feel this enormous amount of love, these feelings. They have a lot of love and emotions towards you. You begin to feel anxiety and at a loss when this person is not around for you. And that's incredible, because wanted to fly out. So there's a lot you're not saying, Sag, or there's a lot you're trying to convey. So just give me a second. So there's a lot that you're not saying, Sagittarius, or there is a lot that you're trying to convey to your person in this connection, but you're having a difficult time finding the correct words, finding the right approach towards your person. Um, you want them to understand you. You want them to know what's going on with you. Um, but your words may have you like all over the place right now. You may not be able to find the correct words. Okay. Okay. So, Three of Cups. For me, this is coming together with family and friends, just close relationships that you adore, celebrating something. There's something to celebrate, right? This could be, third party situation. There's three cups there, cups being romantic, romance, feelings, emotions, love, etc. Um, but there's three cups here, and I feel like for some of you this isn't a third party situation. This is just you fearing, because like I said, I apologize if you hear any noise. um Sagittarius, like, you're going through a lot of anxiety right now. You're trying to face a lot of your fears right now and trying to find clarity at the same time. So some of your fears you may be manifesting because of how long you've been thinking about them. You've been really, this could just be a fear for you, Sagittarius. I don't think that there's per se um, a third party. Could be a third party with the Ace of Cups coming out with the Three of Cups. But I feel like this is part of your illusions that you're facing right now. This is part of like the fears that you're afraid of happening. Like you're afraid of seeing your person with somebody else, and you're afraid of losing like this connection, this deep connection you've had with them. And the Four of Wands in reverse, you're afraid to lose this union, this partnership, um this connection that you have worked hard for, you have put your heart and passion into for a long, long time. You're just afraid to lose this connection to a third party. And when you begin to conjure up the right amount of feelings, you just end up basically walking away, feeling victorious for a little bit, but then reverting back to this stress, this depression, because you don't really want to lose this connection. Um, but for some of you, I'm seeing that, that's just for some of you. Some of you are on the other end of this, right? Where You have met someone new and you've invested in them for a little bit now, and you're starting to realize you're losing union with one of those connections. It feels like you're losing a home, like a home is falling apart. Okay, let's just clarify these. Let's clarify these. At the bottom, you have new moon and Aquarius. Bring love to the situation. Take time to breathe out. Yeah, in order to find some clarity, Sagittarius, I don't know if this is you stressing the Nine of Swords. Could be because of the pre-shuffle that just happened. Okay, so it says communication is key. Communication is key. New moon in Gemini. Gemini is the messenger. Could be dealing with a Gemini. Let me just get the zodiac signs out. Um, well, there's swords, cups, and wands here. So that's all of the element, almost all of the elements. Um, But clarifying the Nine of Swords, Sag, is communication is key. And this is what I'm talking about. In order to find some type of clarity, knowing that you're dealing with a lot of illusions, a lot of fears that you don't know if it's true, or you can't tell if it's your intuition or your gut instincts guiding you to think this or feel this. Um, you can't you're not in a space where you can see anything for what it is right now, and they're saying that your communication is key right now. So in order to dissipate all of these fears, all of these worries, you might have to take some time to breathe out, meditate, take a bath, go for a nature walk, do whatever it is to cool yourself down. um, to bring you back down to reality, to the present. Stay in the present. Take yourself out of your mind, Sagittarius. I feel like you've been living in your mind for a long, long time, and you're unable to communicate clearly with those around you. So a lot of people don't really know what you're going through right now because it's hard to tell. So your communication is going to be key. It's going to be a key factor on how your relationships play out for you from here on out. So just be mindful that your sleeping habits, the way that you're thinking, a lot of your anxiety is taking over the way you communicate with others around you right now. Just be mindful of that. The Three of Cups is clarified as nothing will come from this situation. So whether this be you entertaining a third party, Sagittarius, or if you feel like I don't think your person is entertaining a third party, but I feel like this is what you're feeling and thinking. One of your worries are. But they're saying that if this is happening, I can't be the one to tell you, Sagittarius, if your person is involved with a third party or not. This is something that only divine will expose to you, and you can learn for yourself. But for me, I'm really not getting a third party situation. Like, for my best unbiased judgment here, Sag, I think it is just a part of your anxieties and your fears creating these illusions for you, and it's really hard to pass right now. But nothing's going to come from this situation if there is any third party interfering with this connection. It's not going to build anything. It's there. This energy here, this connection, this Three of Cups isn't something that is strong enough to withhold towards the future. I don't know if some of you are understanding me or not. I don't feel like this is for all of you, but I feel like, um, also, I got that some of you were emotionally spending. That's just for some of you, that you're no longer investing in certain people connections that are just a waste of your time, that nothing's going to come from it. You know that if you just keep investing and putting your all into these connections, you feel like nothing's going to come from it. You're not receiving what you're giving. So, Sag, but I feel like if this is a third party connection, I feel like it's not strong enough to come into the future, to have a future. I don't know if some of you are understanding that. So, with the Four of Wands in reverse, it says take time to breathe out. Maybe you have been too much in your head, too much in your house. It's time to take time to breathe out and really clear your mind. Really drink some water. Do those things that bring you back to the present. Um, so you can see what's really going on. Your relationship may be falling, right? Maybe at its breaking point right now, but it may not be because of what your fears is telling you. So that's why I feel like Divine really wants me to hone in on you taking some time out for yourself and figuring out why you feel certain things and what's going on with you before you can analyze or have any judgment on your relationship and this connection. Because I feel like you're really not seeing things for what it is. The high priest, the high priestess, I feel like at some point when you do gain this insight, this information, you are going to be quiet. You are not going to be exposing too much light to people. You are going to be, working behind the veil and trying to move forward, trying to find the best course of action um, for you to take right now. So, Sagittarius, let's see what your message is, what your wisdom message is. Okay, what is Sagittarius's message? Masters, guides, universe. Please assist me with the message that I'm inquiring for Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know right now? What does Sagittarius need to know right now? What does Sagittarius need to know right now regarding this connection? So, Sagittarius. Yes, I feel like Divine didn't want to just give me a straight out outcome to your situation. I feel like they're saying before anything unravels, before anything comes to light, I want you to take some time to breathe out. I want you to clear these emotions, clear these feelings you're having, clear these fears you've been feeding. Clear away some of that anxiety, get rid of those worries, right? Stop being so defensive. Um, Work on your communication. See how you've been communicating to yourself first and see how it's been affecting how you've been communicating to others. Um, so it says unfinished symphony. Something is not done here. Something is not at its peak. Something is not like, something is still unraveling for you. There's still more that meets the eye to this, whatever this is for you. So that's what the picture looks like. And eggs are associated with divinity. It's new beginnings, new birth, new ideas, new projects, stuff like that. So, um, yeah, maybe some of you right now are kind of honing in on music, like you're trying to find ways to express this hurt, these fears you've been going through. And they're saying, like, um, to go to turn to like a lot of instruments, like pianos, guitars, flutes, whatever it is to help you express these emotions, these feelings that have been stirring within you. You know, nothing can come from this. If you just keep like feeding off of your fear. So, in order to change the dynamic in this connection, you're going to have to take some time to breathe out and, listen to music. You don't have to explain and communicate everything. Sometimes just the perfect song can explain exactly what you're going through. Sometimes just the perfect movie can explain something you want to overcome. There's things around you, amongst you, Sag, to help you express these feelings, to help you um, purge these emotions that have been within you. You've been bottling up for a long, long time. So let's just read this here for you. I don't know if you can see that. So, unfinished symphony, right? Unfinished symphony. Okay, unfinished symphony 36. Look up the angel number 36. That's probably a message for you. Okay, unfinished symphony. Unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, the need to make amends. Yes, and at the bottom of the deck, before I shuffled the Wisdom of Oracle, you had mending. So there may be connections that you want to mend, so you can overcome and outgrow certain feelings, emotions you've been holding on to for a long, long time. You're ready to change your perspective, Sag. It says, this is a time to tie up loose ends as you are near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance, take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you are leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. Moving on is difficult. This is your relationship message, Sag. Moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid, and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. I saw the Three of Swords too come out when all the cards went crazy. Um, you can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied to you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write the letter. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are. Make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, even only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. And this is your prosperity message when it comes to this card, Sagittarius. Make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. Perhaps you have created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities of wealth. It says, however, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but more clutter. Now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that have accumulated. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in assignment, complete a work of art, tie up loose ends so you can move forward with surety, knowing you're on the prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. And this is your protection message when it comes to this card. When unfinished business casts a shadow over your life, it is a reminder that procrastination is a form of self-sabotage. It is not in your best interest to stall. Even stumbling forward is better than holding back. Don't overthink things or let yourself get distracted. Just tie up any loose ends and deliver the results. Don't quit before the finish line. Spirit wants you to win. Yes, and that's why I feel like Spirit is honing in, telling you that nothing will come of the situation. Your communication right now is key on how things are going to play out for you. And take some time to breathe out so you can see things clearly for what it is. Don't start something if you're not going to finish it, I heard. If you're going to start something, whether it be projects, whether it be little, whatever, just little ventures you're setting out to set, whatever it is, Sag, whatever you have started, make sure you finish. Make sure that you tie up any loose ends that are still loose, and you make your final touches. I think that's why you're looking back too at this connection, because you're realizing, that you're ready to walk away from this, and you're open to this closure right now, but you feel like it could be being denied to you at some point. So they're saying just take some time to breathe out. This closure that you're seeking and these answers that you're wanting can be found within yourself. This is something that you can bring light to yourself. You don't have to get this from anyone, right? But don't be afraid. Don't let pride or ego hold you back. Don't be afraid to take a leap of faith right now. We are in Aries season, so take that action to help yourself. Um, this is what I get for you, Sagittarius. I hope that somewhere along this reading, you got some type of insight, some type of answer to help you with your situation. I don't expect every Sagittarius' story to match. Not every Sagittarius story is the same. But if this is your story, claim it, like, share, subscribe, and I will put more up for you. Again, Sagittarius, just take your time, be patient, be the temperance that you have within you, and things will play out beautifully. It's an unfinished symphony for you. Again, if you just want to take a minute to look at that, it's okay. Be the fool that you are, and don't be afraid to find closure in things through music, through dance, art, whatever it is. Um, so again, Sag, I hope this message helped you. Again, if this did, like, share, subscribe. Good luck, Sag.